Johnny Gunn's Investigation here with True Crime Lounge with Becky, Friday, September 29th. I
Hey,
hope you
everybody.
guys I hope you guys are ready for a thrilling show because we got some great information on the Kohlberger case, the Idaho four girls that were murdered, and the one guy. So now we're going to take you over to the crime scene. We're going to take you how the house looks inside, the diagrams of the home, and the breakdown of the actual times of all the murder and all the things and activities that happened inside the home. Because it's puzzling to me and Becky because we've been talking about this case so much and really puzzled that how one guy, one 5'8", 150-pound guy can do all this without messing up once, not struggling, fighting.
Well, I think the report is he might be 5'10" because that's what
Oh, maybe five
the
foot ten, but
woman-
he's a PhD major. He's not he doesn't go to the gym every day. He doesn't study martial arts. This guy, how does he go into this house by himself
in that short amount of time.
in that short of amount of time and routinely go into each room and commit these murders he did? Like he's a superhero. I mean, like he's got super strength. I mean, how did he do this? So, I mean, his background in a PhD in criminology, and then he also did a lot of investigation training and volunteer work um, in studying the lab scenes and also the crime scenes. So he's very educated on knowing exactly how a crime scene is going to be investigated. But that's different between having the strength to go ahead and be able to take down all these people without him not even sustaining any type of injury
Yeah, in that short amount of time.
in that short of amount of time. I mean, so getting over there, getting into the home, not knowing, that he's going to run into other people that were there, which he did, and still being able to do everything he can and get to the second floor and make it out of there. It's
Yeah,
it's just
it's
it's
odd.
amazing how he did that alone. But with all the evidence, it's all pointing out to that it's allegedly him, that
Right.
he is allegedly the murderer of all these kids, took their lives away in a little town, well, not a small town, but a college town. And we also have the footage, which you all are going to love, of the actual audio from the neighbor's house of hearing the screams, moaning, a dog barking, a guy
Allegedly.
allegedly, and screaming from a guy and a girl saying it. You guys have to hear this because we found it. And I knew we would. And then we also have, what else do we have, Becky? We have so much to go
Yeah,
on.
just the floor plan and stuff like that. So if you want, I can get started with it.
Just start going into that.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and just move into the first floor of the house. This is the
And the address there is 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho.
right. And here goes the first
That,
floor.
that's the first floor diagram.
So on the first floor, they had the one roommate that
Hmm.
was living down there on the first floor. The other
Yeah,
roommate that was living there had moved out prior, so there was only one person down on the first floor.
yeah. So let's go inside the crime scene a little bit. Now, you have more pictures, or should I go into the crime scene a little bit, or do you want to go ahead and look at some more of the footage?
You mean go into detail? You can go into detail on the
Yeah,
first
with that,
floor
that
for that.
because with the Idaho 4, let's go inside the crime scene, okay? Idaho 4 on November 13th, starting at 3:29 a.m., a camera captured a white Hyundai Elantra, the same type of car that's owned by Kohlberger. And it was driving past the house several times, according to the affidavit. And as it neared the area for a fourth time at 4:04 a.m., the vehicle could be seen going past the house before stopping in front of the neighboring building. And then it turned around, driving back towards the house again. And when I mean the house, that's the 1122 King Road. And then he circles back towards the house. The camera shows it again at about 4:20 a.m. driving from the house, and that's the
And then
house there.
leaving.
And then now the second floor. Do we have a picture of the second floor?
Yeah. So let me go ahead and
That's the next step.
at the second floor.
Okay, so here's the second floor. Now we're going to get back to that because that's also a lot of things happen on that floor. So second floor, 2 victims of the survivor.
There's 2 victims and 1 survivor on the second
2
floor.
victims and 1 survivor on the second floor. So the second floor of the home includes 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, and then also 2 separate staircases, okay, which it shows you on the picture we have up there on the second floor. So it also has 2 separate staircases going there, and that leads to the first floor and one that goes up to the third floor. So 1 staircase going down, 1 going up. And this floor could be accessed from the outside through a sliding glass door, and that's connecting the porch, and then it goes right into the kitchen if you look at on the picture there on the diagram, and that takes you right into the kitchen. And then these last names. So Xenia, her bedroom was on the west side of the second floor. So west side of the bedroom on that second floor on that diagram was her bedroom.
The one in pink, the bedroom in pink.
Pretty in pink. And then we have Dylan, right? We have second floor, we have Dylan's bedroom on the southeast side.
Is the one in red. She's the surviving roommate.
And was also on that floor, okay? The affidavit provided new details about the what they told the police. And then on that night of the attack, what's her name here? Dylan, her name. On the night of the attack, Dylan said she was awakened at about 4 a.m. by what sounded like Katie playing with her dog in one of the upstairs bedrooms. Unfortunately, it wasn't Katie playing with the dog. Shortly after, she thought someone, maybe Katie, said something to the effect of, "There's someone here. There's someone here." So this is what she's hearing and thinking she's hearing is Katie yelling, "There's somebody here." Okay.
Right, and she looked at her door every time that she kept hearing some
Yeah,
disturbance.
so every time she heard that noise, she'd get up, open the door, and just look around. But again, you got to remember, everybody, this place is used to a open door policy. Very dangerous, but open door policy there, right? I mean, there's nothing you can do. So she's yelling to the effect of someone's here. So now we have Xenia was still awake at that time and also using TikTok, correct?
Right.
But
So
also at 4 a.m. before that, didn't she order a DoorDash?
Yeah, at 4 a.m. she ordered a DoorDash, and she had received her DoorDash about 4:12.
Okay.
She was logged on to TikTok.
But she did order DoorDash, which was delivered at 4 a.m. to Xenia. So she was eating, had that done, and then she was back on TikTok.
And then remember, at that time is when they picked up the noise from the neighbor at about
the cameras.
Yep. That's when they picked up that noise. So I'm going to go ahead and
right about 4:17.
It was 4:17. They were saying
going to be what we're going to play now is the audio coming from the neighbor caddy corner, right from this address. Get ready for a thrilling night.
And you can hear the beep.
Yep, I hear everything. 4:17. Now, guys, get ready to listen to the audio because it's coming from a camera across the street or across the neighbor. was her food. It's unbelievable. You can hear that yelling, and you heard "get out" and you're screaming. I heard a dog. Hmm. Good footage. See, somebody saw something right there and started screaming because you have Ethan and Xenia on the same floor because they were in the same room.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That's intense. And I mean, and we knew that we've heard this before. And I informed you guys that I was going to go ahead and me and Becky, we're going to do everything we could to find this footage to make sure that we share everything we can with you guys because the timelines on this is so planned out, so perfect. This
But
guy's
planned. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if it was like planned. I mean, it really seems like how did
maybe he just played it out as it happened, probably because he didn't know all these people were going to be there. So no, it wasn't planned. It just looks that way. It's just too perfect. But now in this picture here, we have Xenia's bedroom where Xenia and Ethan were, and then we have the other bedroom where the roommate's bedroom, which was Dylan.
Yeah,
Was in that bedroom.
She's the one that witnessed him when he
Right.
was.
She opened door, came out, and witnessed him there in the black clothing, a mask covering his nose and mouth, gloves, and bushy eyebrows. Okay,
Right.
so now with this timeline, okay, so we have Xenia back on TikTok. Okay, she's TikToking at 4:12. She's got a full belly. And then according to the phone records cited in the affidavit, for the reason police believe Xenia could have been the person that Dylan heard. Okay. The comment caused Dylan to open her bedroom door to look out, but she said she didn't see anyone. Every time she heard the noise, she definitely would go out there and take a look because it was a noise that she wasn't used to hearing. You know what I mean? So now we have Dylan thought she heard crying from Xenia's room and a male voice saying something to the effect of, "It's okay. I'm going to help you." I mean, who's saying that at night? Right? I mean, this is scaring me, for God's sakes. I mean, so he's hearing a voice from his room, okay, and all he hears is the voice of "It's okay."
Girl.
I'm sorry, Dylan is she. I'm sorry. She hears "It's okay," so he's comforting whoever it is that he's doing this harm to.
Yeah.
And she opens her bedroom door second time.
Well, she didn't hear anything until the third time.
Right. Okay, opening the door, and then the third time, that's when Dylan, she said she saw a male figure walking right towards her. Man, this is something else. Walking right towards her in black clothing and a mask that covered his mouth and nose. She didn't recognize him. I mean, how the hell are you going to recognize me? What's she going to do?
Maybe from the eyes.
Right. But she did see his bushy eyebrows. So she did recognize the bushy eyebrows.
She didn't recognize him. She didn't know who he was.
right, not knowing who they're used to seeing all these people, but so they do get familiarized with people that are walking in there. So it's this figure's walking towards her in the black clothing and a mask covered in his mouth and nose. She didn't recognize him, but estimated time to be the estimated height of this guy, she said, was about 5'10". Okay, so that's where the 5'10" comes in play. And not very muscular, but he did have an athletic build with bushy eyebrows, she says. So then we have Zinnia also, or let me see here, this last name. So Dylan told the police that she stood and frozen in shock, in a shock phase, and he walked past her and headed towards the sliding glass door. Okay, so here we'll go back to this diagram. Zinnia's in the bedroom up there. We have the little line coming out, which is going to be the alleged murderer. And then he goes right out the sliding door that fast. Okay, so we have the sliding door goes towards the back, according to the affidavit. That affidavit. She then locked herself in her bedroom. Okay, and Dylan said investigators later found a shoe print. So there was a shoe print that they say may have been left by the intruder just outside Dylan's bedroom door. And I think what was that noted to be a
Vans. I seen
Vans,
another article that they said it looked like it was a Van sole.
and he's known to wear those types of shoes, but a lot of kids do. So we don't know that, but it's allegedly okay, and it's allegedly Kohlberger. Okay, so now the police found the shoe print. They say may have been left by the intruder just outside her door. Okay, police found the bodies of Zania and Ethan.
They didn't know where it was because they just said it was in a room, so it could
Right,
have been
just on the bedroom on the second floor. They just didn't say which bedroom, right? We
right.
don't know.
Well, they knew
And,
it was over by her room, but her room has the bathroom next to it.
right.
They just didn't say if it was the bathroom
Yeah.
or the bedroom, but it was
Yeah.
on her side of the house that they
And
found.
now he's going out of the sliding door on the second floor. So what is he? Superman? What's he gonna? So he has a plan here now because that's a high second floor, you
Right.
know. So we'll go to that in a minute. So just keep that in your mind. What's he thinking about going on the ledge, which is like a little patio ledge on that second floor outside that patio window?
But yeah, it is a patio out there.
Definitely a patio out there. So he wasn't going out to the chill. So the police found the bodies of Dylan and Ethan.
No, Zania and
Dania and Ethan, I'm sorry, and in the bedroom on the second floor. The affidavit is unclear, simply referring to the room where they were found.
Mhm.
So now we're going to the third floor.
Let's go to the third floor.
Going up one. No elevator, guys, so we got to take the stairs.
Hold on.
And you guys are here with Johnny Gunn's Investigation, True Crime Lounge with Becky on a Friday night, September 29th. Beautiful, beautiful evening. All right, so here we are on the third floor. And on the third floor of the home includes a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, and then the police found both of their bodies, which were in Maddie's room, on the bed. And that was next to, that's where both the girls were found, right there on the bed.
That room in pink.
Right on the right side in pink is where both the girls were found because they were actually they were sleeping together that night.
Yeah.
Which they did a lot. They grew up together, these 2 girls. They were best friends since childhood. So again, he got surprised by that. In what I think, he allegedly went in there, murdered them, murdered them both, but only thinking one was going to be in there. And that's when they found a tan leather knife, seat, stamped with the impressions K-Bar and U.S. Marines for the U.S. Marines. And it's the timing on this is just it's like watching a movie timed out perfectly from the producers to make the movie. You know what I mean? It's like no mistakes. It's, well, we have one shoe print, but we don't know. What's that?
a shoe print and also the DNA on
On
that
the knife, right?
on the knife sheath.
Sheath. But you see, but what I was going to is that sneaker print. You got to remember the next morning, so many other college kids were already there in the morning before the actual police were called at noon. You know what I mean? So it
Mhm.
could be anybody's shoe print, but we don't know yet. If they found something in his house when they did the warrant, maybe they found the shoes. Who knows? We don't know. They have a gag order right now, so the police will not at all, unless there's a leak somewhere, but no information being let out at all. And here's the picture of we have the levels of the first floor, second floor, third floor, and right there on the right, you can see the patio to
Right,
where,
second floor.
yeah, and that's where he came out of the second floor. So that's unbelievable. What else do we have there?
And also, you wanted the picture of that ladder. I got that from.
Oh, the ladder. Because this again, so he goes, who put the ladder there?
I don't
That's the
know.
whole
It's
ladder.
it's been there.
We
So
should make a song, The Ladder, because right above the ladder is where he came out of that sliding door, correct? It was in the front, not the back.
the second floor. So
Yep,
if he climbed that ladder, that would be the second floor.
that would be it. He used that ladder to come down because as we assume when he went in, he did just like everybody else, just walking through the front door, just like he's, walking in like he owned the place. But when he came down that ladder right there's a very important key factor, because I remember seeing that before, you know.
Mhm.
It all goes back to the timeline and how this PhD brainiac, he's definitely got some brains, is able to pull this off by himself in a timely manner and time fashion that he did. That's the
Right.
puzzling, the whole puzzling my mind about this. And the survivors will be talking. We'll get a lot of information once the case goes through everything, and then hopefully he gets convicted. Because right now it's still allegedly he is the murderer. Now,
Well,
what else do we have
I
here?
believe he gets convicted. It's like I said, it's
He's going to get
more so like we kind of want justice for these 4 people,
big
but
time
also the truth. So it's like,
truth, justice. But, we go back to the audio of the clipping that we had from the camera of the neighbor. That's intense. That was,
oh yeah,
that put chills down my back because you can actually hear the screaming. You know what I mean? Because I can imagine what those people witnessed, you know what I mean, with all the
yeah,
parties going on besides this day. But you can hear the dog, you hear the screaming, you hear the muffling. And that's the same footage we heard just about like that too from the body camera that we heard that one night too, but it was just more muffled, because it was further away. But all right, let's go see what's the next item we have
pictures of the crime scene. Did you want to add anything extra
to the crime scene.
for tonight's show?
No, let's just show the crime scene right now. Which
And so
crime?
this is what we have presented for you all tonight. So we were walking through with what was happening
Yeah, we
inside
just
at the crime scene of this house. So
yeah,
we
the
walked
crime scene
through
investigators
what
that walked through that house.
the scene and got to show the levels
Yeah, that was great. The levels of the home was great.
and inside and where everything took place.
Yeah, it's just a puzzling case because it's just going on. The families are suffering now. Not only the survivors have to go through this every day, but I still understand how he did this. The timeline doesn't doesn't match up to how he did everything. But
Right, because he showed up, and parked in front of the neighbor's house at 4:04, and
right,
by 4:20, he was seen leaving, or at least
at
the
least that's what
he was seen
allegedly at 4:04 there. Yep, 4:20 seen leaving driving away in his Hyundai
right. And then
Elantra
when we went
white.
over the timeline from, yesterday's show, how in the morning, he was pinged again back in that area at, like, 9:30. 9:35.
9:35, ping back to that area because they always go back to the crime scene.
Right.
Always,
He has a
he was out all night long. They're all out all night long. This college is a party in college. They say FSU is one of the partyingest colleges around, but this one here I think takes its place.
Well, it's a university. It's actually what they call frat and sorority. It's Greek row.
Right. Yeah. So
Full of
the
these.
bad thing too, Ethan being a triplet. His brothers. We have family twins in our family, so they have a connection. When you're a triplet or a twin, you have that bond and connection with each other. And I can just imagine how much they're suffering as a family and brothers losing their third brother. As a triplet. And he was an athlete. He played basketball, very athletic. And it's amazing that you know
That he was overtaken. So we don't know the whole actual truth of this story until it's
I
kind
don't drink alcohol, so I don't know. But maybe it was the alcohol. I don't know. But
of not
what
sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So, but we will find out. I
We
think that
definitely will find out.
tomorrow's night show, we're going to put together some things and then we'll present to you guys what we do have. And tonight was about presenting the inside of the house and kind of going
Crime scene
over
breakdown, the timelines.
so, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the show.
I really do hope you guys enjoyed the show. Also, too, we have a lot of other things in the works. We're going to put together and come back again tomorrow night.
And
And a little bit of breaking news tonight. You want to go ahead and fill them in what you heard?
oh yeah, with
Tupac.
just arrested Tupac Shakur's uh person
Yep,
that allegedly shot and murdered him. So
they arrested
that
him
will be
tonight.
starting soon.
So we'll bring you that story as well, guys. And I just want you guys to know something. Me and Becky are working very hard to bring as much as we can in footage to you guys, which is the news that nobody else can show except for the YouTube. We bring it right to your face, no matter what it is. And you guys have a great night. Enjoy Friday and your weekend, and be safe out there.